All right, everybody, we've got my daughter's 1990 Mustang LX50, perfect example of air conditioning recharge. So the car's in great shape, 70,000 miles. It's about to go to Florida, where she's moving to, and Dad is going to be doing the AC in it. I saw some folks asking about air conditioning and that sort of thing, so we're going to talk about this. When you look at an air conditioning system, you want the low side, which is the blue. Never go to the high side, which is red. So I took the blue cap off there, and I have this very inexpensive tool here. What it does is it snaps on there, and you excuse me, you introduce the product by turning that little pin in to the can, and then you reverse the pin out, and it introduces this product into the car. The first thing you always do is introduce the oil. Now the oil lubricates the parts, and like I said, the other thing too is you make sure you have the car running. Air conditioning is on, high. And this is a perfect example. It's blowing warm air. All right. So cars in park, brakes on. Just remember. So there's your low side. That's the side you want to attack. Make sure you don't get your hands stuck in any of the running parts, and be safe about this. And you can do this at home. Okay. Shortly, I'm going to take off that blue cap, and we're going to introduce the oil. So there's the oil. You can see that little wing nut. I had screwed it in, or try and do it with one finger there. And then I'll back it out, which will allow the product to go into the pump there. All right. Now, you probably won't see anything happen after you introduce the oil, because there's not enough pressure to activate that pump. So what happens is, see, yeah, there it is. It's the oil's in, and the pump is not turning. Okay. You need a certain amount of pressure inside the system for it to sort of wake up, all right, and turn that pump. See, it's not turning right there. The next thing I'm going to go for is the Freon. Okay, same thing, a much bigger can. I'm going to connect the Freon to that pipe, that blue thing. Okay, connect it there to the cap, and then I'm going to put that pinch wire in, and pinch the can. Now you're going to see the pump start to cycle. All right, now this takes time. All right, see, it's going. It's like, okay, got a little bit here, a little bit here, and what it's doing is sensing the pressure in there. I've got the can carefully placed right there. I don't want it to fall down as I'm doing this. So what I'm doing is I'm introducing the second product, which is the Freon. And while we're doing this, I want to let everybody know that there's nothing wrong with the car. All air conditioning systems in all cars do leak eventually. There's, think of a refrigerator in your house. It's the same thing, except for you don't have an engine compartment and you don't have a cabin in a refrigerator. It's all copper soldered together. Here, it's the same exact setup, except for you do have, in the firewall, you have rubber hoses and O-rings, and those are what leaks with extreme temperatures outside in order to provide the cool temperatures inside. So I just want to point that fun fact out. So the first can of Freon is slowly going in. I'm holding it upside down. Okay, carefully. See, I turned that thing in there to pinch it, and then turned it out to allow the Freon to get into the system. And I'm watching the pump. I'm not rushing anything. Okay, this takes some time, but the price is right. I mean, I usually buy my Freons and oils in the winter months when they go on clearance, and I think I spent $15 on these 3 cans. So you can buy the other one, the other type. Now, the other thing I'm doing is I'm checking those pipes to see if that's going to be the cold side and the red's going to be the hot side. So, okay, and this is what it looks like here. It's a hot, muggy day in New Hampshire. So I'm patiently waiting for the system to slowly pull in the first can of Freon, and you can see that it's just going and stops and going and stops. And in a perfect scenario, there's the cap. So I did spot the rubber gasket was missing on the inside of the cap, and that could have been the reason why it leaked out. Here I have my little kit here. I'm just going to grab an O-ring, and I'm going to drop it in that cap. You'll see later on just a drip of oil in that cap will hold that O-ring while I put it back together. Okay. So if you can find the leak or the potential leak, do it. So now we're on our second can of Freon, and I'm holding it up. I got in the car and brought the idle up a little bit just to see if I can get that pump to activate a little bit quicker. I am noticing the car is cooling off on the inside. Again, and this thing's going down to southern Florida, so all right, so there's that cap with the O-ring in there. Just a little drip thick oil before you put it back on. Still running that second can of Freon in there. Now look at the pump now. Okay, now it's saying, okay, I'm on. I feel it, I'm sensing it, and it's mixing it all up, that oil and the 2 cans of Freon. They do not run constantly. They do shut off. They cycle on and off, and the reason for that is because they would freeze. And I'm shaking the can to make sure. It's hard to tell if it's empty, so I'm just waiting for it to be empty here. Typically on a 5.0 Fox body, I use 1 oil and 2 Freons. I don't get too fancy with this. If it's not working and you need to recharge, one oil and 2 cans will do the trick. Anything else, bring it to a professional AC person. But I found 95% of the time it's just seeped out somewhere. So remember, stay away from the hot one or the high pressure side. That's very dangerous on that side. And I've done this hundreds of times for hundreds of cars, so I know what I'm doing. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it, but you can watch the video. But you can see here the car is running, the pump is going, and I'm pretty satisfied with the way this whole process is. And this car's been running for a good half an hour, 45 minutes. Make sure, see it shut off. Make sure you go in and check, make sure the car's not overheating. Make sure your room is well ventilated. You don't want to be in a garage with a closed door with these sort of things. Make sure that can is up off the ground so it doesn't fall in there and bounce around. And like I said, it shuts off for a second for 2 reasons. 1, so it won't freeze, and 2, to give the system a little bit of a break. Cars, sometimes you'll see ACs that freeze over. That's because the pump's not shutting off, and that's a whole different thing. We're not going to get into that. This is Introductory to Air Conditioning 101. So remember, same thing as a refrigerator in your house. You never recharge your refrigerator in the house because the pump and the we'll call it the cabin, there's no moving parts or rubber hoses. It's all copper. In a car, you have the moving parts up front. You have a bunch of rubber hoses that connect, and then you have the cabin inside the car, and that's extreme conditions for that thing. So so here I am. Like I said, the car is still accepting that second can, and you can, and this is, yes, I have one. Connect a pressure regulator to the high pressure side, and you can get the book, and you can do that if you feel more comfortable with that. I just know what I'm doing with these 5.0s. Okay, it's a beautiful car, by the way. I really like it. And I'm going to sneak over and check the thermometer. I know it's hard to see. I know what that setting's at. It's I'm going to turn it in a minute. It got just under 50. It got very cold in that car, so I was satisfied with it. And yeah, that's how long I've been doing this. Look at that thermometer. So I let the car run for a while, circulate it through, and then I put that blue cap back on it, and we'll go from there. So that's your Introductory to Air Conditioning 101. Very simple, very easy, works good. Anything above and beyond this, please just be careful. Bring it to a trained professional, but most air conditioning things are just leaks. Thanks for checking out this video, and hit that subscribe button, and more to come. We'll see you out there.